Hello and welcome everybody to once again another match in the Super Mario Odyssey Triple Bingo Tournament 2024. Today we've got a match between Lucid and Mesa. I am Wizard Polar Bear. I'll be one of your commentators, joined here with Monica. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
The runners on our end are already off, so shortly we should see their timers get started, and we should see what they are going to start. We're gonna see them moving hopefully pretty shortly here.
Right.
For now, I guess. Yep, there it is. I see Lucid's timer already starting. Mesa's may not have started. Unsure of what's going on Mesa's end, but I guess we'll figure that out. While that's happening, we're still waiting for the bingo card to regenerate as well, but we can take a gander at the card while we have an opportunity. There it goes. That's a pretty big desyncing issue, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, that's
Anyway, card. Center square. We got a 4 moons from Cascade. Sub area moons from Cascade, which is not the best to have, but it's also not like awful. Cascade sub areas are typically a little on the slow side. So if it's not like 2 or I think 4 is reasonable, then it works out. And there's on initial glance, I'm not really seeing a ton of. I guess there is 12. No, I guess it does synergize decently with the board. You have 12 moons from Cascade in general, and then you also have 14 moons from sub areas, so it would synergize with both of those.
right.
How much? I don't think there's much seaside stuff, seaside snow action going on here either, so it's potential we could have an early finish here.
I believe so too. I'm wondering which routes would be best to take here, because I am getting kind of attached to bottom left, top right, with but the world piece, the 3 world pieces does annoy me in that.
Yeah, I think that alongside the 225 regional coins is a little bit rough. I think typically it's in your best interest to try and like either prioritize regionals or prioritize like moons. And I feel like when you do 3 world peace like that, it kind of forces a bit of a it forces extra moons on you. Not necessarily, but you do end up getting quite a few, so I'm a little hesitant to personally choose 225 regionals on top of trying to handle a bunch of moon goals, but I could see the argument for it.
Yeah, that's very true. Also, I'm
Lucid,
just noticing.
gone.
Oh yes. Oh,
No, go for it. I'll stand
yeah,
back. I will stay way back here.
I was just noticing in chat, people were saying I'm being too quiet. I have not changed anything on my end, so but
Gotta
suddenly
just start
people are saying
screaming into the mic. That's
I'm
what you gotta
audible.
do.
I will try my best. Maybe I was just speaking too quietly.
That is potential, but who knows? Lucid immediately turning around to grab purples. It looks like he's taking the this pretty well matches APC new game routing for now. I don't. Is there Cascade regionals somewhere, or he could be doing that 225 regionals, and he just needs regionals in general. So I guess we'll find out. I'm trying to figure. I haven't touched bingo in a little bit, so I'm trying to like lock in what would be decent for the time being. I don't like that Hunter Moon's goal either, so personally, if I
Yeah.
could avoid it, I would. There is... That's a lost finish, at least, I think. Maybe not. I'm looking for... I'm pretty sure this board is a bit of a rough one, because it kind of has a lot of options, because the Seaside and Snow goals are pretty sparse. You'll see them at like beginning of row 3, the top of column 3, and bottom of column 5. And because of the fact that they're in such like a wide variety of areas, you really have a lot of rows that you get to choose from. that are not going to take you to Snow Seaside, like column 2, column 4, row 2, row 4, and then BLTRs. So those are five rows or like lines right off the bat that are going to finish earlier than Snow Seaside. So if you're not going to be doing that, then I guess your next best bet would be, well, can you finish earlier than Metro? So there is 24 Moons Metro. There is 100 Moons total. Again, is like you can get that finished earlier than Metro, but that's just an awful one if you can avoid it.
Yeah, it's long.
I don't even think eliminating that 24 Moons Metro changed the options for lines. So that, wow, this really is this is a thinker of a board.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a little bit of moon synergy between 12 Moons Cascade and then 16 Moons Lake that'll tie into 100 Moons total, but again, that is still a lot of moons to get. If you're planning on an early finish especially, so that's something that, like, I don't know if I see either of them going for that, but there really is no telling. Lucid does look like he's getting ready to go and start, up sub-areas, so I would take it that he is probably doing, one of the diagonals, given that there is, the sub-area moons in Cascade. If you do fight for sub-areas well enough, then you have 16 moons sub-areas, 14 moons sub-areas, and 4 moons sub-areas in Cascade, which is some pretty darn good, synergy right there. So I wouldn't be too surprised seeing, like, row 2, column 2, BLTR. Again, I think we already mentioned this. I think my only argument with that would be trying to manage 225 regionals, because that is a bit of a fight.
Yeah, definitely. Mesa is getting the Captain Toad Moon.
Alright, Captain Toad goal, or is he just grabbing moons? He could be getting the 12 Moons Cascade goal.
I'm pretty sure it's just to grab moons.
That would make sense.
Lucid doesn't grab the moon, which does lead me to believe he is not doing the Cascade moves.
I would have to agree. He is fighting for those purple coins though. Meanwhile, Mesa is in a sub-area as well. Again, probably for the sake of getting moons, but he could be fighting to get, you know what? I lost my train of thought. I don't know where I'm going with that. You can ignore everything that I was saying and leading up to that. Something happened and it messed with my brain, so now we're going to take that as a transition into another thought. I don't have one prepared, but we'll transition into it once I have it.
Lucid is going through the same sub area as well right now. Getting close to getting the sub area goal. And Mesa is doing the 3D section. Interesting. I'm pretty sure this will be one of those matches with largely varying routes. That's because, as it seems like already, the players are kind of already doing a lot of different things.
Oh yeah, especially when they're only in Cascade. It is pretty interesting to see them going such different routes.
Yes.
That should be Lucid's 4th sub-area moon, and Mesa's got 12 moons Cascade just in general, so... And we see both of them check those off as well.
Yep, and Mesa getting a rather unfortunate dive. But... Oh, maybe it was intentional. Oh, never mind. Doesn't look like it. But Mesa does go for another sub-area. Possibly going for the sub-area moons as well, just finishing with 2 extra moons.
There is no telling. I guess we will figure that out in just a moment whenever they get to that point.
Also, Lucid is collecting extra moons, which does lead me to believe that
We could be doing... Oh, he's getting ready to globe, so... Oh, no, he's not globing. Lucid, what you doing, big dog? What's going on? The colors are backwards. I don't know how that happened. I guess, you know, I do know how that happened. Nobody told them which colors to pick. That's how that happened. But Lucid is blue on the bingo board and Mesa is purple, contrary to the colors above their names.
Mesa did get the 4 moons from the sub-areas, and Lucid is globing with 10 moons.
I take it he could be getting extra moons for the sake of 100 moons total then. I could see an argument for column 2, row 2, and column 4. Which is a little bit rough just because of the 100 moons, and I'm sure Lucid understands that if that is what he's going to. But again, I think we already mentioned that there is that synergy with... Well, no, because then he got the 4 sub-area moons. Then where'd you get that from, big dog? What's going on? What do you need the extra moons for? Maybe he's not going for one of the other lines that we were looking at. Yeah, but I could see an argument for column 2, row 2, and column 4. A lot of moons to collect, but it's a lot less regionals, which I think is worth it in my opinion. Piece is a little bit rough, but it's not impossible, especially if you're trying to get extra moons. Lucid Jr. calming Lucid? Yeah, exactly. And Lucid commentated for Lucid Jr. the other day. Isn't that crazy?
Okay, Mesa is going for the 3rd sub-area, so he is just really getting a lot of moons for the sake of getting moons.
He's going to have like 19 moons by the time he's out of here, or something like that, which is quite a bit. Regionals are faster than moons. I do agree with that, Blip, but knowing Lucid, he and I were talking the other day, and we both kind of agreed that at least as personal preference, we do like going for either moons or regionals, and when we don't have to try and fight for both of them in a bingo card, then we do. So if I were to make an assumption as to what Lucid could be doing, I would say he's fighting for less regionals for the sake of prioritizing moons, if that makes any sense. But I do know that regionals are faster than moons. I'm not that silly, I promise. Lucid getting the Shireen bounce and not bonking on the arch? That is a demon he's been fighting lately. Weird mindset, but okay. I'm a weird guy, but okay. Okay.
That's just how it be sometimes.
It is just how it be. I'm not as nearly as much of a bingo player as I am, like, you know, anything else.
And Lucid did miss Ram right there.
Mesa, meanwhile, leaving Cascade with 19 moons. I didn't even know you could get that many by the time you left.
Right. The only thing I am thinking is maybe Lucid is going for bottom left, top right, because considering Sand, he probably is planning on using, doing a key skip. That would be my leading theory.
He does have that in his arsenal, so I wouldn't be too surprised. Him taking a weird... I don't think I've ever seen that. Just chaining together bullet bill bounces for the sake of climbing the round tower. That is rather interesting. But it looked cool, so I'll give it to him. Regionals of the purple coins, right? Yes. Yes, they are indeed. Mesa working his way into Sand now. With just a lot of moons. I don't... Lucid failing, like, platform clip? What? That's not what I was expecting, but, you know, here we are. And Mesa going straight to gambling. I understand. If I could make it to Vegas that fast, I would do the same thing.
100%.
Yep. Mesa planting the first seed while Lucid's working his way over to the Moai sub-area. Mesa doing DSTA to make that seed grow. Did he even change the clock? Am I crazy? It looked like he just scrolled through all the... I mean, maybe he moved, like, changed, like, the month or, like, the day or something. I have no idea. Okay, yeah, I guess he did. It looked like he just scrolled through all of it and didn't even do anything. But no, I evidently am not very, very observant. That's what I'm looking for.
The Lucid is seemingly getting sub-areas, which does lead me to believe he does want the 16 sub-area moons. Or at least the 14.
Yep, at least 14 or 16 are both reasonable. He's been collecting sand regionals, so it's possible if he's going for column 2 that he could be just looking for, well, I mean, honestly, both. There's really column 40 sand regionals lines up with both 16 and 14 moon sub areas, so there's no telling.
It's very true.
How many? I didn't even process how much regional synergy there was with this board. 60 and 40 regionals from Sand and Wooded nearly covers all 125 that you're going to need from column 4, but if he collected so many extra from Cascade, it is possible he's going for BLTR, which I do believe is like the smarter option, but there's no telling.
Right. Going to be a mystery watch planet.
Mesa did land Dram.
Lucid now has enough moves to excuse me, leave. Oh, and he is leaving.
He warped back to the Odyssey.
Also, he did get his 40 regionals.
And he checked it off.
Meanwhile, Mesa also climbing up the tower and bouncing off the bullet bills.
Still a little unsure of what he could be doing. He did get a lot of 8-bit moons. Did he? Because I mean, he got 19 moons in Cascade. If he didn't get both 8-bit moons, I might actually lose it. And if that's the case, that should put him at 3. I don't know if he's intentionally going for that or what he is planning on. He's kind of got me a little lost. Not like the Kingdom, that's not an Odyssey reference, I promise. Lucid made his way back to Cap.
Going
and
for
is
the
warping to
Captain
the
Toad.
tower. Could very well be going for the Captain Toad. I don't think there's much else for you to do here.
Yeah. I mean, there's no checkpoint goal, so...
Could be getting more sub-areas while he's here. I'm not 100% sure if that's the smartest idea. I don't know if Cap sub-areas are necessarily fast compared to what you'd get later. I do know that Metro sub-areas are very fast. Checking off that Captain Toad's goal now.
And he's going for the timer challenge.
What?
If I remember correctly, he did do at least one of the 2 timer challenges in Cascade.
That is true.
I'm unsure if he did the other, but it wouldn't surprise me. And he is leaving though, so...
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what he's doing either. Rolling into the globe there. Mesa needs one more moon before he can leave Sand. See if he decides he has more to do, and he does, so he's gonna turn around. And Lucid's turning law has left Cap and is now on his way to, I believe, Lake. I didn't actually look, but yep.
Like,
I made an educated guess. That education being, you know, like just assuming because Lake comes first in the options that you have between the Lake and Wooded. A lot less thinking. He's grabbing a Lake checkpoint and working his way over to the Wrangler fight. I take it if he's fighting for that, then is he going for TLBR? No. No, he's not going to Seaside, is he? Do I need to buckle up? Are we in for a long run? What's going on here?
I'm very unsure. I mean, he could just be doing it for the piece, but
He could be.
just getting the checkpoint too. So movement is easier, but I am unsure.
He could be no, wait, what? Then that doesn't make any sense. Wait, why would you do that? I was gonna say that he could be doing both diagonals in column 2, but then why would you need the Captain Toad Moon? Is he doing both diagonals and then row 2? But then you're not getting that many regionals. Like, wait a minute, what is going on? I'm lost. I'm lost. I can't wait for interviews to figure out what is going on in the heads of these two runners.
Yeah,
Mesa harassing the sheep population. Not letting them get away with that. Harassing 2 at once. He's harassing the couple while their baby panics in the corral already. No, stop. Stop. No. Sheep giving him a little bit of trouble. These guys are on the annoying side, that's for sure.
Definitely.
But he does have the moon from herding sheep in the desert now.
Learning how to be a great sheep herder.
Could be.
Very well could be.
He could have been inspired by Peter and the Wolf. That's a possibility. I guess you can't put the sheep in there before talking to the guy, so he knocked a couple out, talked to the guy, and then brought him in. Now he's getting himself that moon.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. I just assumed you could just bring them in. Interesting.
I have done herding sheep in the dunes once. No, that was a glitch. I'll trust you, Dansta. Lucid getting another timer challenge. Okay, what if he's doing both diagonals in column 3 for some reason? He's showing off with snow and seaside, not one or the other.
Would be crazy.
That would be a little bit on the absurd side, to say the least. That looked really cool. I don't know what he just did there, but that looked really cool.
That
Mesa has 23 moons in sand. If he's not going for row 4, I don't know what he's planning on. I'm gonna be honest, Chief.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going for row 4.
It would make sense.
Did grab both timer challenge?
He wants 100 moons by the time he gets to Wooded.
Yeah. Does the I'm pretty unsure. Does the music notes or do the music notes in general count for time mummies?
They do not, as far as I know. There might be an exception somewhere, but I don't believe that that's the case. I believe that they are all separate. You just have. I think that you need like the little scarecrow man.
Yeah.
That wears the hat, but then there's levers as well. I think, like in People Room
and also keys in Sand and later in Metro.
That is true. That is true.
Yes, the
But
notes
I don't believe the notes count. Mesa now grabbing all the regionals in town, showing off the Joy-Cons with that down throw.
Lucid getting another great moon.
Would that is a very quick goal in my opinion. Is that 2 moons from wooden crates? It's definitely nothing to scoff at.
Definitely is.
Lucid also has 16 moons lake. I don't know what he's doing. Is he trying to black out the board? What is going on? Maybe that locks in. No.
It does really.
Oh no, he just okay. Wait. No. Both. I don't know. I don't know. Someone smart. Tell me what's going on. Lucid, you've got me so confused, dog. You're checking off everything. I feel like it makes sense to say row 1, column 2, column 3. Why would you do that? Oh, but yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Why would you do that? You don't know? I don't know either. I would not do that. But it is what it is.
Very confused.
Well, I'm just gonna let him cook, you know? He's got 56. I don't. So he's
right.
You know, he's got the experience. I'll trust him.
Maybe he just knows something we don't.
He could very well. Mesa working his way up to the Zipper Moon. He is now in Lake, which ideally should be a pretty quick kingdom if he's got not a lot to do. He has collected a lot of moons, hitting Lake Clip.
This looks like Lucid is just going for any percent here. But okay, we are only 3 minutes, so there's no challenge yet.
I would have to agree. Mesa now fighting Rango. That will put him up to 1 moon short of leaving, so I don't know if he's planning on grabbing another one and getting out of there, or exactly what his plans are, but I guess we shall find out soon enough. He could be fighting Rango because he does want those timer challenges. Again, he is going for row 4. I think we can safely bet on that.
Yeah.
But he could also be doing column 2. There's no telling. Or TLBR. He could want to go to Seaside. Mesa didn't have to go to Seaside. You'd think it'd be decent. I would have to agree. I don't know exactly if he's. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's doing column 2, column 3, and then row 4, and he's just not planning on going to snow. You know, he just ignoring that goal. That's what I would do in this situation. That's too slow. I'll just not.
I mean, I honestly would just do everything to avoid both Seaside and Snow. I would
Yeah,
do everything to avoid leaving Metro in this situation.
I'm a little surprised that it looks like both of them are planning on going late game. I take it that they both probably just found the early finishes to be annoying. I'm not sure I'm willing to believe that they just didn't see it, because I think that there's a lot of options. Whether or not they're all great is up for debate, but I mean, there are indeed options out there, so it is a little interesting. Mesa fishing, probably one of the most annoying moons in the game.
I was about to say, this is, in my opinion, one of the worst moons in the game.
For sure.
This is interesting. Getting the, I think it's the Dory Moon, I'm not even, and the timer challenge at the same time.
Oh yeah, if the cycles line up pretty well, then that is fast. I do know that's a thing.
Yeah.
Lucid definitely fighting for purples. He wants those.
Yeah. Also get FRS.
Mesa screaming at that nice lady through the wall, demanding that he gets a moon.
Things Mario Odyssey does make you do sometimes.
I understand. Lucid doing tower skip. Well, I guess, oh, I think that's tower skip. I don't know, I'm just using context clues. I'm gonna keep it real with GG. But he's going back in because he wants those purples, which I understand. Does need a lot of them.
But Wood it does offer a lot of quick ones, to be fair.
For sure. Mesa grabbing another, well, I don't know if he got the first one. He probably did in sand, but he's grabbed a crate moon. Now in the red room, the worst sub area in the game, I will stand by the fact that Nintendo added this in for the sake of ruining speedrunners' lives.
Oh yeah.
Bingoers' lives. See, no one makes it through the red room and lives. That's just how it is. No one can save you. That's just, you're just going to have to die. And Nintendo knew that when they made this. They said we're gonna make so many people so angry and lose so much time in the 2024 Triple Bingo Tournament. When they made this game in 2017.
Also, I think we forgot to mention it, but Mesa did get 16 moons in late, so Lucid.
He did indeed. He's leaving with 18 now. Maybe he's getting 20. I don't know how many moons he has in total, but it's a lot. Mesa wants moons, and he wants them now.
Yeah. Definitely. Getting the other timer challenge as well. Lucid is going to deep woods. Probably because of the timer challenge there.
Sure. I do believe it's already been said, if you've heard it once, you've heard it a million times, but Deep Woods is a wonderful place to be in Bingo, because you can find so much of everything here. It's great. You've got 9 regionals if you have regional goals. You've got 3 new captures if you have capture goals. You got a timer challenge. You've got 3 ground pound moons for ground pound moon wooded. You've got a shiny rock. It's like, you can't lose. You go to Deep Woods, you've got something. And I don't know what it is, but you're going to have something that's going to benefit you at the end of the day. So it is nothing to scoff at. Deep Woods is wonderful, especially if you know how to do it fast. You'll love it. You'll love to see it. Mesa now catching up to Lucid, making his way into Wooded. Catching up is, I guess, a bit of a more relative thought, but they are in the same kingdom. That is what I mean when I say that. Given that they're doing 2 different routes, it's a little rough to say who could be ahead of who, but there is no telling.
Yeah.
Lucid does now have 60 regionals wooded and 125 regionals crossed off, so he's definitely cooking. And leaving. Alright, Mesa just got in here, and Lucid said, I don't like, this town ain't big enough for the both of us, and he left.
It is very interesting to see how different those 2 runners are playing this.
For sure.
Mesa is going around Wooded, probably searching for regionals. It wouldn't surprise me if both of them are doing column 2. Or at least Mesa is doing column 2.
I would have to agree. I do believe they're probably both doing column 2. Mesa probably doing column 2, row 4, and then I guess BLTR, or I'm sorry, TLBR would be the next best thing. But he didn't grab the lake checkpoints. So no, I don't know. I lied. I take back what I said. Mesa is an anomaly. Lucid grabbing that hint art here. and then getting a little bit of a sloppy fast hats, but it does work at the end of the day. Mesa getting nut clip, making it look easy.
They always do.
Oh, for sure.
Look easy.
For sure. And then working his way over to ramp.
Meanwhile, Lucid did finish the Bowser fight.
Now gonna be taking off for Lost. I don't know if he has a lot to do here. Other than, I guess it looks like more regionals. Is there 10 regionals lost? That's really fast. That is really fast.
Yeah. Yeah,
Regionals in Lost are unambiguously just the fastest regionals. Like you're not gonna get them much quicker anywhere else.
Definitely.
I do believe when you do like APC New Game, the top players quite literally are able to get all 10 moons in Lost and collect all 50 regionals in like a little over 3 minutes. Like it's pretty impressive. So those are regionals we like to route in when we can. Lucid ticking off Klepto, which is understandable when that little sucker keeps trying to take your hat. Why would you do that? Don't ruin this for me. Mesa grabbing a story moon.
And doing FRS.
Believe Lucid's gonna finish up over here. Probably gonna take this opportunity to death warp back to the Odyssey. Get the last 3 regionals he needs, grab the last moon that he needs, and if he didn't get any checkpoints, which I believe he didn't, should smack him right back at the Odyssey and he can just get out of here.
Yeah, and that is just Lost, which was pretty quick.
Very quick. Once again, it's the kingdom to be in. It just everything happens so fast.
Yeah.
Mesa working his way up the wooded tower. Also, something that I do like to see personally. You got a couple regionals around the place. You got a couple pretty fast moons around the place, and you've got Spirit right up at the top, which can open up a lot of options if need be.
Also, Mesa did mark off the 14 sub area goal, which means he only needs the remaining regionals to actually finish.
Mesa using the uproots to die?
I have never
He wanted
seen
that checkpoint for some reason and didn't grab it, is what I am getting from this.
Interesting. I have never seen that.
I don't know exactly what his plans are. He probably is hunting down more moons. I would take it, but I don't know how many more he needs. Like, he's already gotten so many. Like, he's gonna have 100 moons, like, next moon or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had 14 moon sub-areas exclusively because of that. Because he's just been getting so many. Like, he definitely got all 6 in Cascade. He probably got 6 in Sand as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did more.
And then he did Red Room, which is at least 1. Or, I mean, at least another 2. So, I mean, he could very well have 14 moon sub-area, and Pipes right here could put him up to 16. Regardless of if that's in his route. Going for Pipes clip, and I do believe he got it. I think. Yep. I don't know what he just did in the out of bounds, but it definitely wasn't the right thing. Oh, he needed those purple coins. I see. struggling a little bit with the water cycle there, but I understand. It's not easy. Pipes, you can't really make a whole lot of mistakes, or else you're really done. The whole room is based off of a cycle, so it is. If you mess up, you're kind of in a little bit of a pickle. You're not recovering all that easy from it. This will put him up to 20 more moons, though. I don't have the slightest clue how many he's got, but he had 19 out of, like, Cascade. And then he got, like, another 20 in 2024 or something like that in Wooded. I mean, sorry, in Sand. And then he got, like, 18 more in, in Lake. And now he's got another 20. So the dude's up to, like, 80-something moons, I think. Or close to.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Also, I feel like we should mention that Lucid did just get Wiglet clip, or however you want to call the clip, which I do believe is pretty impressive to pull off during a bingo race.
Absolutely. He's gonna show off whenever he can. I know that much about him. He's not gonna pull back any punches when it comes to the funky tricks and anything, really, just anything. Like, he knows how to do it. He's confident in himself to do the execution. It really just comes down to, like, arguably, like a little bit of luck. I mean, with some of these tricks being only a couple frame windows. But he's gonna do it, and he's gonna make it look easy. Definitely wants to get out of Metro as fast as possible. I don't know if he has anything to do here, like, aside from Lee. I mean, so far, all he's done is any %. So, looks like he really is just trying to get to Snow as fast as possible. I mean, I haven't been keeping track of his sub areas, but I do believe that he probably plans to have bullet building. Oh, nope, never mind. He's adding this in the mix too. Then he's probably gonna get about at least six sub area moons here. He's got this this shards room, and then he has access to people room, which is also a timer challenge, and then he's potentially gonna also do bullet building, which is also very fast and in the 80% route, so you know he'll be comfortable with it. Mesa looks like he's going for world peace in Wooded.
Interesting. This would put him at. Excuse me. This would put him at 3 world pieces.
I do believe so, because he got Cascade, he definitely got Lake, so Wooded will put him at 3 world pieces. Is he? I call him 2, a row 2, and TLBR maybe? No, that can't be his plan. No, BLTR. Yeah. Maybe he just is going for that early finish that I think we were looking at earlier. That would explain why he's been fighting for so many moons. Although that doesn't explain the moons from crates. I think he did get 2. He might just not have checked them off yet. I don't know how many regionals he's got. This could be a closer race than anticipated just because of the fact that Mesa did go for an earlier finish, I believe.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Now you've got me at the edge of my seat. Let me push back my chair. You've really got me at the edge of my seat. This is crazy. I'm excited to see where this is gonna go. Lucid finishing up bullet building to get his second sub area, or his 4th sub area moon, I believe, of Metro, and then warping straight to the tower.
And does. Oh no, wait. He does still need 1 sub area, I believe, to get the 14 sub areas, if I counted
Which
correctly.
is likely to be people room. I wouldn't be surprised. He's pretty smart when it comes to routing out his sub areas and his timer challenges and stuff. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see Okay, Dan, so I'm supposed to remain neutral. That's why I said it's going to be closer than we thought, you goober. I don't even remember my train of thought. Lucid's very smart when it comes to routing out things like sub-area moons, timer challenges, and whatnot. He's very good at making sure everything lines up as smoothly as it needs to. So I would not be surprised in the slightest if People Room right here is going to be his last sub-area moons and his last timer challenge. And it'll put him in exactly 20 moons, so he will be leaving after that. And then after that, all I believe he has left is the barrier moons.
That's very true. Yes. Also getting this movement of getting... I don't even know if there's a name for it, but getting this moon up above before getting the timer challenge moon.
I do believe they just call it reverse people room, to my knowledge.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. Not an easy thing to do, and I don't believe it saves much more than a couple seconds, but I mean, if you can do it, that's a free couple seconds, you know?
Yeah.
For someone of like Lucid's caliber, or you know, anybody that's that well versed in any percent.
It's definitely something you can do.
Assuming Mesa only or like already did get I'm convinced. I swear Mesa got both of those crate moons. I don't know why that's not checked off. I know for a fact that he got the lake one. I don't know what would have happened, but like I mean if that's the case, he doesn't have much left either. He's gonna grab himself a few more regionals. He'll have 60 regionals in Wooded. Hell, I mean, worst case scenario, he's just got to revisit Sand for the other crate moon. Right. And then he's going to have to revisit Cap for Captain Toad as well. But I mean, he's really not that far from finishing.
For sure. Lucid is entering Shiveria. Off to his last remaining goal.
Barrier moons are definitely not the fastest things in the world, but they're not bad. Especially if you know how to do that. Okay, what?
I have never seen that movement before.
I don't remember exactly what they call it, but it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool.
It's very impressive.
Mesa getting himself more moons, more timer challenges, more everything. He's not playing around.
Lucid did get the first barrier moon.
2 more, and that should be it for Lucid. This is a good race. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah,
Mesa's
really is.
Probably gonna finish up 100 moons with those timer challenges. That puts Mesa at 88 moons. He needs 12 more, and he will have, and he'll have 100, which is pretty impressive for leaving Wooded.
Yeah.
It is a lot of moons.
Is it getting the second barrier moon?
Though I do believe Lucid is like more than likely going to take the victory on this one, which is a little sad for the Mesa fans out there. I do apologize, but 1 barrier moon is just too quick for what Mesa has left to do.
Yeah, I agree.
And Lucid's gonna make this barrier moon as quick as humanly possible.
And he did just
finishing
get it.
47:20. That's a very, very impressive time. I think for the time being, Mesa hasn't seemed to have like given up or anything, so we will let him continue to play for now. I don't want to get in the way of any possible races that are after this, but I do believe we still have a little bit of time. I think that the next, I mean, I could be wrong, but I think the next race after this doesn't start until 5:30 p.m.
I actually don't really know. I haven't looked at the schedule.
I took a gander at it earlier. I don't remember exactly what I saw on it. It's a little bit hard to process, but regardless of that, I am thinking this one through. That's what's happening. We'll give Mesa a couple more minutes, and then we'll send them invites for post-commentary interviews to see what was going through their heads. But very good efforts on both parts. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Yes, definitely. So what is Mesa missing? He's
needs Captain Toad and Cap, which is rough. Catch the Rabbit Lost is also rough because that is a revisit. And then he's gonna need one more. I think more timer challenges and then more moons. But this will put him up to 98 moons, so it's unlikely that he'll need much more after that. He may have more than 100 moons by the time he's done. There's actually, like, no telling with that, now that I think about it, because he's going to leave here with 10, which will put him at 98. He needs Catch the Rabbit Lost on a revisit, which is 99. He needs Captain Toad, which is going to be 100, but then he also needs, likely, at least one timer challenge, which will be 101, so he might have extra moons by the time he's finished.
Very true. We don't have audio from... Oh, okay.
I think that there's a way to switch it over.
Yeah, over the controls, but it is telling me audio unknown. I'm not sure.
I guess we will, talk over the silence to keep it from being too awkward, but, you know. Mesa getting ready to leave Lost pretty quickly. He did not play around with that loss. Does still want to finish, and I do not blame him.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, look, he could be getting, if he has 6 timer challenges, there's the one in Cap after Captain Toad would be pretty quick. Not a bad race, really.
It really isn't.
Lucid clipping out of bounds for fun, I guess. That's not all I can assume is going on right now. Mesa should not have anything to do in Night Metro. I mean, he really is likely to just get there and then immediately turn around and go back to Lost for Catch the Rabbit, which I think quickly is about a 50-second detour, but that doesn't count for leaving as well. Is he doing... No, that might turn things around. That might be a little bit too slow. Not 100% sure. If he was planning on turning around there, I think we would have had more time to work with, but we might need to cut him off, depending on how long this is going to take. I don't know exactly what his plans are, but...
We'll see.
We will find out. I'll send both of them, invites real quickly, regardless.
I mean, I think we will be getting notified if we are taking too much time.
For sure. If we do have someone capable of giving us a time check, I would greatly appreciate that, so that I have an idea of how I can route the rest of this episode. One, and let me find Mesa in the mix.
Let me, in the meantime, try to find the schedule.
Dogs rotating in, don't mind them. Where's Mesa's Discord? Why can't I find it? Mesa, what are you hiding? I'm sending it to him in this instead. Hello!
Yo!
Welcome! Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Dude, you had me kind of confused. I guess maybe that was just me, but like...
Bro, I had myself confused. So don't worry about it.
I believe that. I was trying to figure out where you were going, what you were doing for a while. Like, I was convinced you were doing a diagonal somewhere for a while before like Blitblow enlightened me as to what your route was, and then it all came together.
Yeah.
Congratulations regardless.
Thank you. I think I played my route good. I think my route was garbage. I literally from Cap onwards I had the early-ish finish marked, not like this 100, not anything with 100 moons.
Yeah.
Although I guess that could be a wooded finish technically, but I had C2 what was it? C2, R2, BLTR or something, which would have ended with Catch the Rabbit. And I feel like I probably should have went with that, and then I don't know, something scared me about it. I think it was 225 regionals. I'm not entirely sure, although there would have been it would have been a good amount of purple coin synergy. So I don't really know. I don't think I picked the bad route. I picked the bad route straight up.
There was a few options I think for like early-ish finishes, and I think that we kind of came to the conclusion that like your best bet probably was exactly what you just said with BLTR, R2, and C2. Not a very fun one though, but I mean it was definitely out there, I guess, as an option.
Yeah, I think I psych myself out like just so much during the actual races. Like when I'm just like chilling playing bingo, I'm like, all right, this is it. This is the route. Let's do it. But then I don't know why during the actual matches I overthink everything. So I'm like trying to find the balance between being like, oh, this is obviously the best route. Let me just do it, even if it has, bad goals. This is, early finish, whatever. I have to balance to that and like, making sure I actually like look at the board to be like, okay, maybe there is something better. I have not found that balance yet.
Yeah, I definitely get that. And I know that it's not easy, especially when you have boards like this that are a lot more like varied and ambiguous. It's not like you look at it and there's a very clear-cut answer as to what lines you have to be doing.
Yeah.
It really just kind of, well, like you could go for the early finish, but then that's a little bit of a fight. You could go for like a late finish, but then it's a late finish, so it's a little bit on the irritating side one way or another whenever you're looking at boards like this. So I definitely understand that being rough. Mesa should be finishing here in just a moment, I believe.
Yeah.
Grounding Captain Toad, and I think that last timer challenge will finish it. Mesa in chat though, actually. So the stream delay is just working to catch up. Welcome, Mesa. GG's on the race. I hope you're content with how you did. I'd say that you really, like, despite, Lucid taking the win here, I don't think you played bad by any means. So I hope you do not beat yourself up over something like that, because you definitely did well.
Was very best.
So what were your thoughts going throughout the race when it came to really just everything? Routing, like, whatever. I know that Lucid definitely had the ambiguity of the board racking his brain, so I'd like to hear what were your thoughts as you were working on the board.
I don't really know. I think I picked the wrong lines, and yeah, it was overall really bad. No what to say.
I didn't even like. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
I didn't even dislike the lines that you chose. Honestly, like they definitely weren't great. I think if you switched out row 4 for BLTR, you probably would have been a little bit better off.
Yeah, probably.
Because 100 moons is just a lot to gather, especially if you're going for an earlier finish. But I mean, there was like the synergy with 12 moons Cascade and then 16 moons Lake and whatever. So I understand. In World Peace, I feel like you're almost guaranteed to be getting extra moons, so that'll also probably end up contributing towards that. So I do understand where you were coming from with that.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think we have much else to say, quite frankly. Let me go take a quick gander at the schedule. I think that most of the races are done for now.
Pretty sure this was the last. This might have been the last
We
one.
have one more. We have
one more.
Yes, at least one more. We have Combo RS versus Placid Mink on Friday, September 6th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So if any of you are interested and you are enjoying the bingo that you've been seeing so far, then you should go check this out. That will finish up, we say last, but that'll only finish up the group stages. After this, we're moving on to the brackets. So the matches are going to be getting a little bit more heated, and I'm sure they're going to be a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like closer, I guess, is probably just the best way that I could put it. But I do think that Combo and Placid are going to be finishing up our group stages for the tournament, which will be rather interesting.
I think we do have one more match. Either I miss it, but there should be a match between Karate Man and Mulan.
There could be. I mean, honestly, there probably are a few that haven't been scheduled yet. I feel like there's
Yeah.
people that I just
am-
haven't seen
Well,
do it at all.
Eden confused me because they pinged and said it's the penultimate match of the groups. So I'm like, okay, there's one more, right? But I didn't think there was one more, so I'm just mental pretzel, man. I don't know.
The mental pretzel working its way back around.
Yeah.
It's always the mental pretzel.
That's how it be sometimes.
Yep. Regardless of that, let me get the little commands in there for the. Why didn't it put? Do you have a Twitch, right, Mesa? Oh no, it's in there. Never mind. Wait, why is it all weird? Never mind. Everybody, check out the runners on Twitch. You got Mesa and you got Lucid in there. Also be sure to check out the commentary. You got Monica and then you got me, myself, and I, Wizard Polar Bear. Everybody definitely put in a lot of effort to be here, and everybody put in, like, obviously it's taking time out of their day to be here, so we all do appreciate any support that you're willing to give. But otherwise, I think that we're done. I don't think we have anything else to say. Anybody have any closing remarks that they'd like to make?
No.
All right, wonderful. Then I guess we'll call it here. Everybody, I will hopefully see you in the bracket stages. Bye!
Goodbye, everyone.
Peace. Take care, guys.